in many ways, I don't care what people say, I think it's very sad when families become fragmented, you know. It is hard because there's all of those things, isn't there, to work out. Could you invite them to this? Should anybody be sending birthday cards to that? And then, of course, there are certain elements of family that you do want to be well clear of. And I don't mean that unkindly. We don't necessarily get on with every single member of our family, the bigger unit, do we? But we try, that's the thing. Now, when you think about it with Meghan and Harry, they didn't really give it much of a try. Harry, to me, always seemed very happy in the bosom of his family, particularly a very close, warm relationship with his father, His Majesty the King. I saw them on many occasions reporting on this job, and they just seemed to get on very well. In fact, the whole three of them got on incredibly well. Now, Catherine, of course, you know, was the outsider for a while, after all, marrying into the family. But she quickly ingratiated herself, and that became the Fab Four, if you like, the Fab Three originally. They all got on well. And because, of course, Catherine knew that Harry's mental instabilities and all that sort of stuff, which is openly spoken about, she was far more gracious than many others might be. But it's interesting to see now just how far, in many respects, Harry has fallen. Well, Meghan seemingly is just ploughing ahead in her own lane, as the kids say today. This, though, is very tragic in many respects. Let me explain. How do you feel today? You all right? Thank you as ever for your time. It's lovely to have your company. And as ever, thank you for your lovely comments regarding the likes of the rocker Rod Stewart. Interesting, isn't it, when stars speak out in politics? We've told you before, I don't get it, you know. I really don't understand it. You need the public on your side, and they don't need to know your religious beliefs, political beliefs or anything. Just entertain us. Rod's fabulous singing, "Do You Think I'm Sexy?" and all those sort of stuff. What more do I need to know about him? Nothing. But as I said, when you're mega rich, these things take a twist, don't they? Now, it doesn't matter how rich you are, you do obviously miss the ones closest to you, the family that, you know, you really do love and care for. And what's interesting is, out in Montecito, whether you like to hear this or not, Prince Harry has made himself incredibly lonely. Clearly not very bright to see the fact that it's all his own doing, you know, because he was very guided by someone, and very guided by two people, in fact, Doria Ragland and, of course, his wife, Meghan Markle. They fed into him that he could have a totally different life. It would be a lot easier, and he could be living the life that he truly wanted to be, which is free. And I don't deny him that, in fact. If that's what he wanted to do, that's wonderful. But it's very difficult to simply cut yourself off overnight from everything you've ever known and expect everything to fall into place. Step forward, of course, the recent trooping of the colour, the official birthday of his father, His Majesty the King, King Charles III. Interesting to note from an excellent source that Harry literally sat glued watching this on the television unfold, and was very concerned about his father in the rain. I find that a little bit heartwarming, to be honest, because we were all very worried about him, were we not? Let's be blunt. But of course, what really was quite interesting was the fact that he was sat with his son, Archie. Now, when you think about it, Meghan is literally holding those children back. There's no two ways about it. You can dress it up any way you want, and as ever, we have to say allegedly. But Harry has not brought them independently back here to the United Kingdom. Many people that have been in the employ of Harry and Meghan say she's fiercely protective of the children and doesn't want them to travel anywhere without her by her side. That really makes sense. But when you think about it now, the only way that Harry seemingly can connect back to his own family, to see what's going on in that family, is to watch it like the rest of us may have done on a big screen halfway around the world. And apparently he was explaining to his son what it all meant. Now, honestly, I have no idea whether the son knows anything to do with his background, who King Charles is, what the relation is. I'm sure he knows it's his father. And as we saw in that documentary for Netflix, Harry and Meghan were keen to impart the pictures of his mother, the late beautiful Princess Diana. One suspects that Harry really, on private moments alone, is looking inwardly at what is literally cut off. But more importantly for Harry, where does it now all lead? And finally, some might suggest, wouldn't it be the most gracious thing if Meghan did allow Harry to bring at least one of the children over? As the king enters the next phase of course, his life, how many more birthdays will he get to miss before he ever gets to connect with a child that seemingly he's only met twice at best? And that's all down to one person. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.